We begin tonight with in-depth coverage of an historic presidential visit.
Tonight, President Barack Obama is back at the White House after becoming the first sitting president to stay overnight in Rhode Island in nearly a half-century.
Hello, Rhode Island.
This morning, the president greeted a crowd of more than 2,000 people at Rhode Island College before delivering remarks about the economy.
The commander-in-chief's visit created a spectacle in downtown Providence as onlookers gathered to catch a glimpse of the presidential motorcade departing from the Omni Hotel. And this afternoon, the president boarded Air Force One at TF Green Airport in Warwick, marking the end of his historic visit. Eyewitness News reporters Susan Campbell and Sean Daly are standing by with more on the buzz surrounding President Obama's trip to Rhode Island. But our in-depth coverage continues with Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen, who's live with details on the president's message to Rhode Island.
Well, the crowd for tonight had to get here at 7:30 a.m. to see the president speak at 11:10 a.m. So they waited for several hours to see him. But when he finally came and the moment came, they cheered, welcoming the commander-in-chief to the Ocean State. After waking up in Rhode Island, the president takes the stage at Rhode Island College.
Hello, Rhode Island.
The speech on the economy started lighthearted.
I am not going to be too long. I've got to get back and trick or treat tonight with Michelle.
But built quickly to the economy.
And today here at RIC, I want to focus on some common sense steps we can take to help working families right now.
The focus was on women. The president saying to the adoring and cheering crowd, some of the fixes can be with laws, but the attitude needs to change too.
And the idea that my daughters wouldn't have the same opportunities as somebody's sons, well, that's unacceptable. That's not acceptable. While many women are working hard to support themselves and their families, they're still facing unfair choices, outdated workplace policies. That holds them back, but it also holds all of us back.
He supported his new health care law and cited a desire for new laws to guarantee equal pay.
In this country, no matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, whether you are male or you are female, here in America, you can make it if you try. That's the promise of America. That's the future I'm going to fight for. I want you to fight there with me. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.
Now, one of the loudest cheers I heard the entire speech was when the president talked about his desire to raise the minimum wage to $10.10 an hour. I'll have that for you coming up at 6 o'clock, as well as something the president said Rhode Island does better than any other state. Live with the mobile newsroom, I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.
We begin with a historic presidential visit. Mr. Obama is the first sitting president to stay overnight in Rhode Island in more than half a century. This morning, he left the Omni Hotel in Providence, headed to Rhode Island College. There, he delivered a speech on the economy, touting the state's paid family leave legislation as a model for others. He also highlighted the importance of pursuing policies that help women succeed. After that, he stopped by Greg's Restaurant in Providence with gubernatorial candidate Gina Raimondo. He ordered a burger and the death by chocolate cake while urging other customers to vote for his fellow Democrat. Finally, after spending about 16 hours in the Ocean State, the commander-in-chief got back on Air Force One and took off from TF Green Airport, headed back to Washington, D.C. to celebrate Halloween at the White House. And we have in-depth coverage tonight. Eyewitness News reporters Sean Daly and Susan Campbell are standing by. But first, let's go to Steve Nielsen, live at Rhode Island College in Providence.
Well, this speech at Rhode Island College was clearly focused on the economy. The president said that if you look at any economic indicator since 2008, there's at least some improvement. And he said for that improvement to keep going, women need more power and rights in the workforce. And he said other states should look at Rhode Island for guidance.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
The president speaks to an adoring crowd at Rhode Island College.
Here in Rhode Island and across the country, there's still too many people who are working too many hours and don't have enough to show for it.
The focus on his morning speech, the economy and women's rights in the workforce.
Rhode Island's got the right idea. You're one of just 3 states where paid family leave is the law of the land. More states should choose to follow your lead.
President Obama got cheers when he said everyone would benefit from higher wages for women.
We need to make sure that women get an honest day's pay for an honest day's work. About 28 million Americans would benefit if we raised the minimum wage to $10.10 an hour, like Sheldon Whitehouse and Jack Reed support. If a woman is doing the same work as a man, she deserves to get paid just like the man does.
And after 27 minutes, the president left to cheers, greeting supporters along the way. If you stay tuned for Eyewitness News at 6:30 over on Fox Providence, I'll go behind the scenes on what went into making this speech happen. Live at the mobile newsroom, I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.